best include the audio.
You don't have to do that though. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SF1 GP2 here for round 18. I'm glad I didn't forget that, but it is round 18 here at the Japanese Grand Prix, otherwise known as Suzuka. I am joined in the comms booth, SF1 Roads here, with the man who won this race yesterday in GP3, SF1 Grimdog. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely fantastic.
After that, a lot of weight off your shoulders yesterday. I know how that feels.
Oh, definitely. I needed that win to inspire some confidence.
Sometimes it's all it takes. You only have, what, after this race we have 4 races left? Yeah, 4
Yeah, I think
races.
so, yeah.
I know SF1 as a community will be going on a nice little holiday break for 2 weeks. I can't say or lie and say I'm not looking forward to it. Can't wait. Need a
Yeah, it
nice
gives me
little
2
break.
weeks.
But,
Work
ladies
on
and
a
gentlemen,
USA setup.
we are here in Q3, skipping in Q1 and Q2 like we usually do. Couple guys having a little bit difficulty making it into Q3. SF1 Carlos being one of them, crashes out in Q2. Postglad did not get a lap in, validated his last go in Q1, so misses out in Q2. We're here with the man who's leading the championship right now. Big news on the block is JML has pulled out for the remainder of the season. Gonna see if he jumps back in for the beginning of our next season, which will start, I believe, in mid-February. So make sure you guys keep your eye on the page for that. Let's see. Looks like to stay on board with Senna as he's going to attempt his first hot lap here at Q3. What they call as a banker lap. We'll run down with Grim. Grim, do you think is going to have a top 3 this evening in Q3?
Oh. I think I'd put Whiffy, Livid, and possibly Senna.
Can't take anything away from Whiffy. He did win the Russian Grand Prix last week. After surviving what is known now as, I'm just going to call it SF1 GP2 Crashgate, where almost 3/4 of the field decided to annihilate each other at the first bend on the lights out. If you haven't seen it, I implore you not to go see it because it was terrible. I actually couldn't get my mind wrapped around that after that happened for probably about 8 or 9 laps. Senna's gonna cross the line here, goes at 127.1.
Wow, what a lap.
That is flying here. Let's see who's gonna be next. We have, looks like one of the racing points. Devla's gonna pull in the pits. How about his teammate? Bill's gonna cross the line. Phantom has joined. Bill goes 27.3, good enough for second right now. Here comes Whiffy, stays third with a 27.3, almost spot on with Bill. We have Phil. Phil gets himself in the Q3. He's going to start his lap now. He's almost out of mediums. I wonder if he's trying to save those nice little brand new softs that they give you for Q3 for the last lap. Crockett jumping in for JML for the remainder of the season in that Mercedes, that all-black Mercedes. Mr. Harrison's team looking to challenge us Alpha Team Grim for that combined championship.
Yep,
That's a
nope,
little bit of
we're
tricks up
having
the
it.
sleeve. It is really close. I think it's going to come down to the last race.
Oh, you can't put that kind of pressure on me.
Well, that's my job. I'm your manager. I have to do something. Can't just
Oh
make it
dear.
boring.
Well, I will give you a little insight. I have never, I don't think ever finished a race at USA.
I have, this game is a bit difficult. I know I did a race there about 2 weeks ago, and there were certain lines I was taking the first 5 or 6 laps, and then taking the same lines after that, around lap 7 or 8, I started getting warnings for it. Some of the curves, I'm like, okay, I wasn't getting a warning beforehand. Why am I getting a warning now? So I'd say keep an eye out for that. It is interesting.
Yeah, it's not what I'm looking forward to.
Phil is going to cross the line on a set of mediums. Will this could be competitive? Stays in P7. Devla on an out lap now. Becker is still sitting in the pits. So right now, the man on top, SF1 Senna, trying to start from pole, leading the championship. I believe that means Livid is going to be the next guy that's close to him in the championship. I would look, but my phone is on charger. Oh,
Let
never
me have a
mind.
little look.
Phantom is jumping in to have a go this evening. Bravo asking if that was a new intro. No, it's the same old intro. If you guys actually take a look at it, it's the intro to the game. As the Williams car is not updated, nor is the Mercedes, but sometimes I'm too lazy to change it. I would change it, but Carlos never helps me out enough.
GP2.
So Devlin's going to start his flyer this evening. I think he'll have just enough time to do 2 laps, hopefully put enough fuel in that car. See what the Racing Point can have this evening. His teammate sitting P2 currently. Kind of the sleeping giants, I like to call this team in GP2. Usually stay a bit quiet and get themselves into a good result. Although sometimes when I say that, I end up giving them a bit of commentator's curse, so maybe I'll just keep that on the down low to myself for the rest of the season.
Only 4 races left, isn't there?
There is. It is USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi.
Has anybody noticed that the GP2's already wrapped up?
I don't think it is as of yet. I think if Senna wins tonight, all he has to do is finish amongst the top. I think it's like the top 12 next week in USA, and he can wrap it up.
Well, if JML's because JML's points have disappeared, haven't they? Because obviously he's pulled out of the season.
Yeah, he's pulled out. His points stay with the team. Devlin goes P5 with a 27.4. So he's pulled out of the season, but his points will stay with Mercedes. And you gotta remember that points 35 possible, 36 in a session. And there's 5 races left?
Yeah, but if... I don't know.
I was to say, if you could do the math and figure it out for him, be my guest, because I'm not looking at the table currently. I wouldn't be able to.
Livid's going to jump up to second, isn't he? For the... Yeah. Senna... Oh no. Yeah, I am working out wrong. Yep, my bad. Yep. Forget that.
Yeah, that's our Friday so far. I'm right there with you, Grim. So Becker on an out lap, going to begin his first lap here at Q3. What kind of time can he get in? Good to see him make it in Q3 this evening. Had a bit of unlucky form as of lately. Let's see if he can turn that around here at the Suzuka International Circuit. Possibly my favorite track in this game. But that's
surprised to see Livid 7th.
I think he'll improve on that. He was one of the top in Q2. Looks like everybody is gearing up to go for a final run, except for Bill and Senna. Senna gonna leave it a bit late here. Sector 2 yellow for a car moving out of the way. That is Whiffy moving out of the way of these guys on a hot lap for Becker and Livid. Livid is catching the back of Becker here. He might just get a cheeky little toe out of this.
Livid, Whiffy, Senna, top 3. I think.
Alright, I'm just going off of last week. I know that you weren't with me. But keep an eye on Crockett, man. He had quite a quiet race last week. He actually got himself his first race in SF1 and got himself a podium out of it.
But he's a Mercedes, that is swearing.
Yeah, I play fair when I'm comms most of the time. I will play favorites at times, especially if SF1 Carlos crashes, which I know he's listening to me right now. You better not crash, or you'll get my backhand. Bravo, let's not have another rush to start. Yes, that is one of the key aspects.
Crocket's just lost it.
Oh yeah, he has.
Commentator's curse.
He's into the wall, Phil. Now on a set of soft. Let's see if he can improve on his 28.6. Get him higher in the board.
Livid 26.9.
Livid goes top. 26.9. Hold that pole position. Can Senna or Bill have a say now? I know Bill has moved to no assists this evening for this race, so it's going to be interesting to see if that helps him or prolongs his pace so that he can't get himself into a pole position. Who is going to be next? It looks like Phil is going to start. Phil actually just crosses the line with a 27.7 to get P7 out of that. That's a lot of sevens. And immediately invalidates his lap here. I think he was just going for an in lap. Croak doesn't have any damage on his front wing though, so he could turn down and go for another one. He's got 30 seconds though, and he's pretty far back. Can he make it to the line? He should just about be able to make it to the line. Livid on. He's still pushing. Let's see if Livid can improve here.
Oh, look at that! Top 3 nailed.
It might change. Whiffy's on a flyer now. Senna's just about ready to begin his flyer here. Crosses the line to begin his final lap. Looney Moo definitely has a lot of pace. Good to see him get himself back in. I know he was having net issues for a bit. Sitting P4 right now could have a say in the matter. Croak has started his final lap. A lot of these guys are going to come in here quick. Who's going to cross the line first? I wonder if that was Phil. Something has happened to... No. Something has happened to Whiffy. Has he crashed out? No, he's pulled the car off. So that's Whiffy. He's not going to improve on this lap. Who's going to be next? We do have... I believe that is... That Becker is pushing for a lap. And he's out of fuel, so that's going to be him over with.
Bilges is coming up the last straight.
Let's take him on board with Bill, see if he improves here. Sitting P5 currently.
600's up.
That's a purple sector 2. That could be big time for him. Hugs the inside line, goes across only for P3 at 27.2. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be next? It's going to be Croak. Croak's going to jump and go P7. Here comes the teammate. Devil stays the same. What about this man? Has he enough? No, he hasn't. So, Livid is going to grab pole position here this evening for the Japanese Grand Prix. Red Bull on top. I know that'll make Shoof happy. Shoof gets his man on pole position.
Well, I got 2 out of 3.
My wife and daughter are home, so I'm gonna do the average or the normal and greet them for a bit. I'll leave them with Grim. If you can message those guys and tell them not to ready up until I'm back, that would be great. Unless they're listening to me in the chat. Just send it to the Alpha chat. Tell Marcus.
All right, yeah. Marcus.
It should only take me about 3.
No problem.
Livid grabs pole position, followed by SF1 Senna, Bill, Whiffy, Looney Moo, Devla, Crockett, Phil, and Becker. Be right with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back.
No problem. Dum da da dum 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 dum. Hey man, I've just sent her a message saying he's good to go. There we go.
Looks like I made it back just in time. Hopefully, you guys can see the points there. I'm not going to have a chance to run through them. And Becker's left the session. Hopefully, gets himself back in. It looks like these guys are about ready to go racing here at the Japanese Grand Prix. Get these points off the screen for you guys. Grim, are you ready for this race?
I am, but I'm not going to lie, I am nervous for turn one.
I think Carlos was super nervous about turn one as well. So Becker was here, and I think his car is ghosting. No,
After being a witness and participating in our turn one last night, yeah, very nervous.
Actually, I'm gonna get that mini map off. Give you guys a look at the tires, and I didn't get a chance to look at them myself. So mixed bag, actually. We have all three compounds on for this race. We have a couple guys on the mediums, we have a couple guys on the soft, and we have two drivers on the hard compound, which is interesting. Phantom jumps in to race this evening, and he's going to start on a soft compound as well. Seifer is here as well. Okay, so we have 18 drivers. How they all sneak up on me. Yeah, so if you guys recall, turn one, it wasn't even a turn last week. Pretty much annihilated this entire field of drivers. Let's hope these guys have a better go at it this evening. You guys strapped in, all the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Myself, SF1 Rhodes, and SF1 Grimdog are going to bring you guys this race. Hopefully it's a good, clean race with a lot of action. Little spicy moments that we can, get a nice and juicy race for you guys. And no, I'm not
Livid
hungry.
is well ahead of the pack.
He is. Kind of just scooted off on his own. Unless Senna backed a lot of these guys up trying to warm the tires. But I don't think he would do that. I think he's changed his helmet.
I think Livid's just keen to get going.
Here we go. A lot of these guys lining up here onto the grid as we speak. We're waiting for those 5 red lights. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final race for our 2 weeks, so I think a lot of these guys want to go out on a high note. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time at United States Grand Prix. Everybody lined up on the grid now. Take a look. Where's Phantom? Phantom's into his spot now as we speak. I don't know who that is. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting for those 5 red lights to kick here.
That's a name I haven't seen in a long time.
Seeker or something like that. And he's left the session. What's going on here? Wonder if one of the guys' dials are spinning.
Let's have a look.
Taking a look now myself.
Don Crouchy seems to be his car's having a bit of a boogie on track.
I don't know if it'd be him. I think it might be Becker, to be honest. I'm waiting for...
Now Becker seems to be good to go. Crouchy's car's bouncing.
Yeah, it might be Crouchy.
Must be a new way of warming your tyres up. Oh
So
dear.
it is spinning on Senna, Croce, and Becker. So 3 drivers. Nice. Grim, if you could, can you get a quick screenshot of this grid in case we need a restart?
Yep. Done.
Okay.
I like this new controller. Got one button in the on middle of my pad that does all the recording for me. Awesome.
Wait, did you get the Series X or did you just upgrade your pad?
I've just upgraded my pad. Unfortunately, I'm struggling to get a Series X.
From what I hear, that's pretty much it. Crockett has left the session. I don't think it was him. I think we might have to have a restart. Might be Croce's cars. I'm not gonna say that word on stream. Is doing something to the grid.
Well, Crouchy's
Yes.
car's bouncing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're
Senna's
gonna.
cars look ready to go.
Oh, now I just got kicked. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a quick
Oh,
restart. Be right back. Well, it kicked me out again, so I completely missed the start. But me and Grim are here. It looks like Croce is leading this race. Let's get you guys the tires back up. It looks like we've missed something that has happened between the racing points, like I mentioned before. Commentator's curse. Croce somehow is leading this race. Becker sitting in P2. Esteban Senna is P3. Livid falls to P4 after starting on pole. So really interesting to see. Postblad already makes it up to P8. I thought there was contact there. Side by side with Fatal Defiance. Senna
This
sits
lobby's
fast.
kind of screwed.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at this. What's going on here? I wonder if Becker and Croce got they were released early.
Oh dear, Livid's just hit the back of Senna. Senna's
Senna's
retired.
off. Big, huge blow to our championship leader. Senna's left the session. That's going to be a little hurtful because he was the host of this. Let's see if it's going to be a safety car. Let's get it up. Sector 1 yellow for the time being. My daughter's going to chill next to me, ladies and gentlemen. So if you hear, she's excited to see this. Rara sets a 31.3. So 3 casualties so far in this race. What is going on?
We've got a... I think this lobby needs restarting. Don Crouch is in first, but he's behind some cars. Livid's in third, but yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Crouch is behind.
So we're going to have a restart, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is mad bonkers right now. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about the inconvenience. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after that lobby restart, and the reason why we restarted this previous lobby, I know there was a couple instances, but as you can say from Grim, that lobby was horrendous. I think people were making contact, but didn't even realize they were making contact. Croce was leading, yet he was being passed by at least like 8 cars. So, not sure what was going on with that one, but looks like we're gonna have a quick restart. Hopefully, this lobby holds together nice. Still joined by Grim.
Yes, definitely.
Game gets better every day. We'll see
Oh,
if it.
you know,
we'll see if it
Codemasters,
gets.
just awesome.
Let's see if it gets any better with if EA actually buys that out,
Yeah, highly
which
doubt it.
will be a done deal basically. They might give them a little bit more money to, purchase a nice server system.
Well, suppose it gives them more servers to screw up, doesn't it? I suppose.
It does. Except when
It,
Carlos, if you're listening to me, you're still spinning on the dial. Hopefully, you know to pick your tires.
Carlos has already picked his tyres.
There we go. Finally, woohoo! It worked. All good now.
Now they're all spinning.
They're loading in. So we will. All right.
Finally.
Almost a half hour later. Hopefully, Marcus remembered to put the formation lap on, or this is going to be a very, very interesting start of this race. You guys hear my daughter? She's right next to me, so I do apologize. I hope you enjoyed. She got home from school and she is ready to watch this race right next to me. She's also a bit sleepy too, to be honest. And I see all the cars on the. They're all thumping now. I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream in the bottom right corner.
Oh dear.
Connection issues. Give these guys a little bit of a moment.
Codemasters, your servers absolutely suck.
These guys a little bit of time to sort out their setups, make sure they put them back on, and get their strategy for the race put back on.
Marcus has said they will go at 5 past.
That's quite a long wait. We're at 5:02 now. This gives me an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I can give you guys a look at the points like I should have before. But I'm gonna run down with the new leaders currently in the combined championship. This man is helping that claim right now. That's the one Grimdog and his team, Alfa Romeo, leading the championship, retaking the lead from Harrison's Mercedes team. Haas staying in third, a very close third too. Ferrari make a move up back to fourth as Racing Point fall to fifth. We have Red Bull making a move up to sixth. AlphaTauri staying in seventh. Williams dropping to eighth. Renault staying in ninth, and McLaren rounding out the bit. I believe that's pretty much for McLaren, unless they have a good, solid last couple of weeks, are going to stay P10. But I do believe, I know you said don't say it, Grim, but I do believe that this is going to go right down to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, dearie me. Looks like
No
more
pressure.
sweating.
No pressure. But looking at the tables here, ladies and gentlemen, SF1 Senna leading the way in GP2. JML not going to be able to make it for the rest of the season, so he's going to drop out. I believe Crockett's going to take over that position. We have Libna Possum in third. SF1 Carlos is fourth. Devla is sitting 5th. We have Bill in 6th. Lunimu is 7th. Withy, pardon me, is 8th. We have Hostglad in 9th. Becker is 10th. Don Croce making his way up this table, sitting in 11th. Fatal is in 12th. Lucky 13 is in 13th. Heart Legend is 14th. We have Zolo 15th. Third Dinner in 16th. Steel, who's not been able to make it the last couple of weeks, sitting 17th. Phil 18th. Albon in 19th. And a brand new driver, Rara, sitting in at Williams for the rest of the season, is going to start his campaign this evening. Tried to start it at Russia, but was part of that melee at the beginning of this race. But hopefully that doesn't happen this evening. 1 more minute to go for these guys, and we will be ready to go for our formation lap. Hopefully they remember the formation lap.
Must be on at least a 30-second countdown now.
Ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds remain for these guys to get ready to go. Hopefully, Grim, hopefully we can get this race in.
I am seriously hoping so.
10 seconds, 9, 8. Hopefully the formation lap is there as well. Phil's not yet clicked his dial, but let's get this table off for you guys. Formation lap. Is there a formation lap? I have no... No, there's a 5 red lights. It's race time. You forgot to put the formation lap on. These guys, oh, jeez. How's it going? Everybody making it through turn 1 pretty cleanly. Let's get this off for you guys. Get a nice little bit of the action. Everybody makes it through turn 1 pretty clean. Nobody's off. End plate missing for the Haas driver. So a bit of contact made from one of the other guys. Not sure who that might have been through. Seafer sitting in the back. Let's jump on board with one of the racing points as we go for the first couple corners in this opening lap.
Ooh, scary.
Guys jostling for position here, coming up into the hairpin. Hard left-hander, you gotta make sure you get under the brakes. A couple of guys do lock up going into that. And my daughter is now in awe. She likes watching this game for some reason. Jump back and see if they have anybody. Oh, we have an AlphaTauri. It has had to check up and go wide. That's gonna leave a gap for the Ferrari. They make contact almost just. That was close between the Haas driver and the Ferrari driver. We have a battle here coming up. Since you can't see, everybody's jostling. I believe that's Esteban Carlos has a Williams driver just fine. It might be Becker or Raura. Have to get used to their helmets. Oh, the Williams. Oh, Esteban Carlos is off. 13 has left the session. He's going to need an invite back in. Let's get you guys in Delta back up. Battle for the lead here. Senna's following Livid. Whiffy is looking in the hunt, sitting P3, Bill's sitting P4, Mooney is P5. Where is the closest battle going to take place? I believe that these guys are all pretty much within a toe of each other. Phil and Phantom make a swap here. Phil has had an incident, he's off. I have a feeling there's going to be a couple words being spoken about no formation lap as Croce and Lunimu pick up a 3-second time penalty on lap 2. Give you guys a look at the tires as well. Jump back and see what kind of gaps are going on. Keep an eye on Bill. He is 5/10 behind these guys that are leading, but he is on the softer compound, so he will have a little bit more grip in these corners. See if he can use that to his advantage to get him closer to the guys.
No! We've got a 3-car train. We have Lucky 13, Riley, John and Posner. All within about 2 tenths. 3 tenths.
Whoa, that's close. I was thinking about the inside. He's going to duck into the inside. And there's a McLaren flying. That's Phantom. What has happened to Phantom? Oh my gosh. And SF1 Carlos just plows right through him. I'm not sure if you guys saw that on stream, but don't know how Carlos is still alive with no damage. Phantom is still alive with no damage. So we might have some weird bugs going on again in this lobby. At least we can say that the top guys haven't had any incidences yet with any kind of bugs. We have, what has happened to Livid? Livid's around. Oh, there's a huge crash. Dear. Becker is into it. Solo's into it. Jump on board. So Livid survives this after a couple guys collide with his car. There's a Williams and Ferrari sitting on the corner, pretty much right next to each other. We're going to have a virtual safety car for this incident.
Oh, dear.
There's, I will say that that's unfortunate. Livid caught inside curb, Oreo's outside curb, spun the car into the wall and had nowhere to move. And fortunate that Zolo and Becker rounded the corner and just plowed into the Red Bull. Livid's really lucky to be alive currently in this race.
That was carnage.
AFC, to respond to your message, I'm not sure about what you're on with the restart on GP3. I don't control the restarts, sir. I'm just here to spectate. Whippy now just right behind SF1 Senna going into turn 1. These two battled it out last week in Russia, pretty much the entire race for the win. But I think we might have another repeat this evening. Livid Seeker actually pulls into the pits. He's going to get a new front wing and a set of medium compounds. Livid actually escaped that incident with no damage. I don't know how, but he has no damage.
Where's the closest gap?
Looks like
Prix.
P4
3 and 4.
And Devla's coming into that conversation as well. The amount of people that are running that mecha helmet now just lets you know how terrible the helmets were in this game. Like the base helmets they dropped when this game dropped were just awful. I don't know why they even bothered. Keeping an eye on the rest of these guys. We have Rauer looking at the back end of that AlphaTauri. Senna sets the fastest lap of the race with a 31 flat. DRS is now available for these drivers. Can Fatal have a look at Kuroshi? He is gaining, but he's not going to be close enough. Carlos sets the fastest lap, 30 flat. That's his teammate. Right on board with Fatal going through the S's. Track is definitely a heavy wheel track. So I would say for guys like you, Karim, who on the pad won the race yesterday, mega props for that one. I know you're sweating. You're a bit.
I'm sweating now when I'm not even racing.
Kuroshi trying to find some grip in those medium compounds. Fatal sitting on hards could take these pretty deep. He could be looking in a good position. Rauer's just behind him though. As Senna's put a bit of a gap on Whiffy. I wonder if there was something that happened to Whiffy. He does have a train behind him now. He has Bill and Lumo. As well as Devla. Devla's coming into this conversation. Let's jump
Rashi,
forward.
sort it out in team managers chat, will you?
Becker was never P1, Rashi, I will tell you that. That lobby was broken. Here comes Bill for an inside move on Whiffy for P2. Into turn 1, Bill runs wide. Is Whiffy going to have a switchback move here? Looks like Bill's going to just about hold on, and he's going to get a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. He's Looney Moo right behind him too. Looney Moo's looking quite pacey this evening. Good to get him back in after a couple weeks with net issues. These guys all jostling for position, trying to chase SF1 Senna. Keep an eye on the rest of the Delta to see if there's any battles. Let's see, Lucky's chasing post-clad as Rara gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, to further elaborate, the last lobby was absolutely destroyed. Prix somehow was leading that race after Becker, and he was getting passed by cars that were in 6th and 7th, and still said that he was leading. As Debla runs a bit wide, how much do you think the penalties are going to come into play here for him?
Oh, they definitely come into play. Only advice I can give to any of the drivers is just keep it clean, because those penalties around here are absolutely killer.
I'm telling you, keep an eye on the guy that's running in 6th right now. He is starting to make a bit of a gain towards the guys up front. Bill is slowly catching SF1 Senna. How long are those salts going to last, though? They are fresh, so they could possibly take them about, what do you say, for 10 laps?
I can't remember how many I did last night.
He's already forgotten the race that he won. Put that in the back of his mind. Already thinking about USA.
Well, I pitted under the safety car for my hards, so I did plan on going a few extra laps. I think that was around lap 10 or 11.
You guys also saw a little bit of rain yesterday, but it wasn't enough for intermediates. A couple guys did make a mistake and dove in for him. Gotta keep an eye on some of these deltas. There's a big pack of guys behind. 2 teammates racing in Fatal and Postclad here, trying to chase Rara in that Williams. Prochy just up the road. Both Prochy and Rara sitting on a time penalty right now. You see SF1 Carlos is starting to catch the back of Phil in that Renault. Oh, I was on him too. Crouchy is out of this race. We're gonna have another virtual safety car. I'm surprised. Yeah, you can see this damaged car here. Whole right wheel is completely gone. So that's not going to help the Ferrari team in the combined at all. I believe, yeah, both Zolo and Croce are out of this race. So Ferrari is pretty much KO'd in this race, unfortunately.
I am going to have to jump out. I will be back in 5 minutes.
Do appreciate the time. I'll see you soon.
I'll be back in 5.
Alright, catch you in 5. So when will this virtual safety car be Fatal Defiance gets a 5-second for a collision with Oh, that's a big collision. I think Looney Moo just got himself a time penalty for that as well. Looks like we are back to racing. Virtual safety car is over. I wonder if Looney picked up any damage from that. He did. He's missing an end plate from that collision with Whiffy. That might be a clip later on the road for the Stewarts. Devla having a look here at Looney. I think Looney's going to offer on the outside, because he's not going to have the downforce that Devla's going to have around. Oh, I can't remember the name of that corner. 30R, I believe it is. With a 3-second time penalty that could play huge into the rest of this race, as Bill, I missed it, is sitting on 1 as well. Whiffy just behind. He's going to have a look on the inside coming up to turn 1. Whiffy retakes P2, trying to go chase SF1 Center. I believe Bill's soft compound are starting to wear a bit. He might have to dive for the pits within the next lap or two. We do have two guys in the pits, Looney and Fatal. Both look like they're going to get a new front wing. And Fatal's going to serve his 5-second stop go. I believe Looney did as well. So that is unfortunate. Both most likely are going to go to hard compound. No. Fatal's opted to go for a soft compound. SF1 Carlos moves up to P11. Just behind his teammate. Livid is right behind that Alfa Romeo. Let's jump on board. You can see, I believe SF1 Carlos is struggling just a bit going up the S's. Livid has to buy his time, stay patient. You can see the dirty air is starting to affect the Red Bull. Guys in the viewing this race, thank you so much. Livid gets himself a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and that was definitely a bit evident there. Bill still right behind Whiffy, keeping an eye on the Delta. This is right now actually the closest battle on track. Jump on board with Carlos Gidi, the rear view mirror. Livid is coming quickly. Livid's gone AI. Okay, I was not sure what that was about. Bill dives into the pits to get off those soft compounds. Jump on board. These two battling out for P11. Let's see how long Bill is he on his way out now. He is, so he's going to be able to get out ahead of Looney Moo. SF1 Carlos still battling Livid. Delta is now starting to be a bit spaced, more than I expected by lap 10. These guys are going to have 17 laps left in this race. Livid trying his best to get around SF1 Carlos. He's going to have a look, tucks it behind the Alfa Romeo. Phantom not too far off of these guys. If these guys continue to battle, it might slow them up just enough for Phantom to get into the mix of this. Fatal is not too far off of Seafood Joyce either. I have to keep my eye on Delta. What is going on? Let's give you guys a look at the time penalties so far. All of those guys on 3s. We have Whiffy on 3 seconds, Robert's on 3 seconds, Bill's on 3 seconds, Looney Moo's on 3 seconds, and Livid currently sitting on 3 seconds. Going to give you guys a look at the positions so far in this race. We have Postflat up 10 positions, Robert's up 9 positions. We have our next mover, Phantom's up 5 positions, Lucky's up 6 positions. A couple guys here at the back down. Livid's down 11 positions. We have Bill down 6 and Lulu down 5. Jump back with the tires. Just strapping it out at the back here for P11. Quite a little race we're having between these guys. Keep in mind, there are points to be had in SF1. Everybody who finishes within 90, I believe it's 90% of the race, does score points all the way from P1 down to P20. Keep these guys pushing throughout the race. Every point matters. As Phil dove into the pits to put on a set of hard compounds, Lucky gets a 3-second time penalty. And the rest of these guys, Phil jumps in right behind PRL Phantom. Bill on a new set of hard, so it's going to take a little bit to get the tire temperature up on those. He is having a look though. Get him into the hairpin. Phil is right behind him. He is on the hard compounds as well. His definitely should relatively be up on temperature, so should have a little bit more pace in them. Besides, Phil is starting to gear right back up, and we have Fatal just behind Seaford here for P14. Will Fatal have a look here eventually? He's going to put the car into cleaner air, try to keep the temperature down in that power unit. Lovely aerial camera, finally. And my daughter absolutely loved that. Fatal's gonna have DRS here. Will he have a look on that Mercedes? Is he close enough? Gaining ever so. I think he's gonna have to wait. Just be patient. Not close enough for a move as of yet. Keep an eye on the delta between Whiffy, Croak, and Senna. Livid still chasing SF1 Carlos as well. And Fatal Defiance get a move done on Seaford Joyce here soon. Fatal's gonna have to push those tires as well. He's on soft compound, so he's definitely gonna have to dive eventually for a set of mediums. I believe he started this race on a set of soft. I could be wrong. Seaford on those mediums, Phil on the hard compound. And Fatal Defiant make this move. He is gaining and gaining, but he's not close enough. Post Glide dives into the pits. They have caught Phil relatively quickly. I'm gonna be surprised. Here goes Fatal Defiance on the inside. Seaford's gonna try to make his car as wide as possible. There goes Fatal on the outside. Into turn 1. Fatal gets the job done before they enter turn 1. Seaford's gonna hold in P15. Chasing Fatal. Fatal has a clear track ahead of him. Being on the soft compounds, pretty fresh. He should be able to put the gap between him and Seaford quite a ways. Can he catch Phil? That's his next target up on the road. Livid and Carlos still having a battle. Phil gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Our leader is into the pits. SF1 Senna dives. Will Whiffy do the same? Whiffy is going to stay out. Is Croak going to stay out? Croak's going to stay out as well. How about Rara? Rara's diving into the pits now. Will Devla dive into the pits? No, he has already dived into the pits. Keep an eye on these two, though. Still battling it out. These two have already dove into the pits to make their pit stop. Livid had to a little early. Maybe looking for that undercut. Most likely a recovery race for this man. Getting really close to the Alfa Romeo now. Can he get closer and have a look to make a move up to P9? Some of these guys did pit, so these guys have picked up a position. Lucky is pitted, I believe, for his set of hards to take him to the end. Phantom should be able to see those hard compounds out to the end, as well as Phil. Fatal and Seaford are definitely going to have to dive to the pits. When will those two guys at the top decide to pit? Whiffy trying to stretch those soft or medium compounds as far as he can. Croak not too far off of him. 3.4 seconds is the gap. But right now, the closest battle on track of these two, lap after lap, these guys have been going after it. Livid just not able to put the Red Bull right behind the Alfa Romeo gearbox to have a look. But I have a feeling that moment is coming. As Grimdog has joined.
I am back.
He's back. You haven't missed much. A couple guys have dove for the pits. Our leader actually dove for the pits. Now Whiffy's into the pits. Closest battle happening right now is Livid versus SF1 Carlos. Livid does have DRS. Is he going to be close enough for a move? Coming into turn 1. No, he's going to stay right behind him. Where is this man going to come out at? Oh, I thought he dove for the pits. That was weird. somebody is dove for the pits, and I completely missed it. So we have a Sector 1 yellow. What has happened to Lucky? No damage to be reported on that hat, so he must have had a spin. Yeah, there's dirt coming off of his tires. Oh, who's that? That's Phil. Oh my gosh, Phil almost KO'd Lucky and Fatal. That, I think, is probably the deadliest part of the track for a lot of the drivers, to catch that outside curb, and it just unsettles the car and puts it right back into the wall. So unfortunate for Phil, he's dropped positions. Big battle coming between these two. Livid now, oh, he's just lost a lot of time riding that curb on the inside. Livid's gotten really close now. Let's jump on board with the Red Bull driver, see if he can have a look here at the Alfa Romeo driver. Is he close enough? You can tell Juan Carlos is pushing as much as he can. He's going to tuck to the inside. Livid thought about it, actually backed off the throttle. I wonder if Livid is going into management mode just to kind of bring the car home. As Rara gets himself a 3-second time penalty. A couple of guys unsure about that inside curve there. This man's stretching his tires. When is he going to decide to pit? When is Croak going to decide to pit? We shall see. Is Whiffy going to dive into the pits now? Is he trying to go for a soft or a medium to soft compound run? He's going to stay out. Is Croak going to stay out? Croak's going to do the same as well. Man who won yesterday, Grim, did a medium to hard compound run. As Phantom gives himself a 3-second time penalty.
Senna's looking good on the good old undercut.
I just happen to wonder if Whiffy and Croak are trying to push those medium compounds into a soft compound run at the end. They're not far away. They have, if they can put 2 more laps on those mediums, they should be able to get the soft compound. As we had Ludimu looking at a move for Bill, but not enough there. Had to back out of it and follow the racing point through in turn 1.
Livid is still all over Carlos.
Yeah, he hasn't let him go yet. Carlos must be doing everything he can in the straights to keep Livid behind him.
Doing a solid job.
Whoa. Just keep an eye on some of these gaps here. We have Seifer on the back of Fatal. He's starting to close in that gap between himself and Fatal. How about these guys at the top? Is Whiffy going to dive for the pits this lap around? He's in. Whiffy is diving into the pits. Becker's left the session. He'll need an invite back. Croak is going to dive into the pits as well. So that's going to let SF1 Senna inherit the lead. Is with Whiffy is going onto the soft compound. That's what I, as well as Croak, those guys are going to be massively strong at the end of this race. I don't know, Grim. Different strategy might pay. Whiffy is out now. Here comes Devla. Devla's going to have a lot of pace. Whiffy. Devla gets a position. Whiffy is in third. Where's Croak come out? Comes out in P6.
Six out of 15 drivers are clean, no penalties. That's alright. With his 2 tenths. Ooh.
Whiffy on the back of Devla. Devla's moved over and let Whiffy through. That was mighty nice of him. So Whiffy now 6 seconds separate himself from the lead of this race. It would actually be 9 seconds because he does have that 3-second time penalty to his name. Let's actually give you guys a look or update on the penalties. Yeah, 3 seconds for Whiffy. Bill has 3 seconds. Looney Moo on 3. Rara on 6. Postblad is clean. A couple of guys are clean. Carlos sets the fastest lap of the race on a hard compound, but I have a feeling that's going to change with Croak and Whiffy on the soft. We have Livid on 3 seconds. We have Phantom on 3, Lucky on 3, and Phil on 3. You guys a tired look. Let's jump back with some of these guys that are really close. Sector 1 yellow. Something has happened to Phantom. Phantom is off into the kitty litter. Livid gets another 3-second time penalty. That is going to be Phil up through, so Phantom is in P13. 5 seconds now remain between Whiffy and Senna. Croak now gaining on the back of that Haas driver, Looney Moo. And Looney Moo shake this Mercedes off. It's going to be a mighty task because he is on a brand new set of soft compounds. 7 laps remain in this race. Whiffy sets the fastest lap. There you go, Krim. I knew it was coming. 29.6. Can Croak have a say at that? Carlos gets a 3-second time penalty. That could be huge at the end.
Oh, Carlos.
Bite your tongue. He's still alive. That's what we got to root for. He does have Livid just behind him. Livid's going to dive into the pits, put on a new set of soft compounds. Croak minding his gap here between himself and the Haas driver. Staying patient, could play off big time. No penalties to his name as of yet. He could be looking at a second podium this week. 2 podiums in a row. Let's give you guys, I actually want to look at the gap between the leader. Where is that at? Interval. Let's go to the tires. I'm completely, there we go. The leader right now, SF1 Senna, is 4.3 seconds up the road from Whiffy. Devla, who's clean, is 7 seconds. Then we have a couple guys that are on 3-second time penalties. Trying to do the math in my head. Croak is 9.6 seconds off the leader. Fatal gets himself a 3-second time penalty. So they are starting to roll in, Grim. Guys are starting to push. Here goes Croak. He's going to have DRS on Looney Moo, but Looney Moo's going to have it on the racing point ahead, which is going to help him maintain P5. Nice little battle going on between these guys. Let's take a look behind us. Whoa, Croak almost lost it. Croak had the back end of the car step out, and he had to catch it before he ran off the track. Can you invite C for Joyce back in? He's looking for an invite.
He's in the lobby.
Oh, it might have been. I might have just read that. Message might have come in a little bit late. Bill doing what he can in P4. His teammate riding in P3 with no penalties. Gap at the top now is 4.2 seconds. Yeah, these guys are having a massive battle with each other for the P4. 3 cars. Keep an eye on
It's a 3-car train.
Another time penalty. I'm wondering if Whiffy's has enough in those tires to catch Senna and pass him for 3 seconds. He is running out of time. Gap right now is about 4 seconds. See if Joyce has joined. He's back in. That's good to see. Jump on board with the Mercedes driver, Croak. chasing Looney Moo. As Bill runs a bit deep, Looney Moo went narrow into that turn. Croaks pulled up right behind the Haas driver now. He's backed off, I think. Dirty air. Looney Moo goes a bit deep. Esteban Carlos is into the pits on a new set of soft compound. As Whiffy gets another 3-second time penalty, that could be huge. He's sitting on 6 seconds now.
Got a serious feeling Whiffy's left it too late and his tyres are dropping.
Yeah, and he's picked up another time penalty. That might have just cost him the podium, that second 3-second time penalty.
Quite possibly.
Is only about 3 seconds. All my deltas all gone. Oh, Livid's out of this race. Safety car. Uh-oh.
Oh, that could mix it up.
So what do you do if you're SF1 Senna? Do you dive for the pits for a set of soft compounds?
Oh, I don't know. Track position. I mean, he's in the lead. I mean, it's a risk.
It is a risk. Let's see what he does.
But he does have track position. He's staying out.
Whiffy, let's see if he dives for another set of soft compounds. Being on 6 seconds, you'd have to wonder, oh, he thought about it, chose better. Or he chose better.
Devler's done it.
And that's going to be...
Oh, I think that might have just cost him a podium.
I know, he doesn't have any penalties. I have the gear glitch on Rah post lads into the pits. A lot of these guys diving for the pits for that set of soft compound. I don't know. It depends on how many laps they have at the end, really. If it was lap 19 where this happened, I would have probably definitely dove in. You have nothing to lose. But
I think they're going to be racing for 3 laps.
Yeah, with 3 laps, I don't think you're going to get...
If you're lucky.
I don't know, this track does have a lot of tire grip areas. Let's see if Seefer dives in. Seefer is on 2-lap-old softs. Everybody apart from 3 guys have decided to dive into the pits, except now Croak stayed out on the soft compound. Whiffy has done the same. Devlin's not out of look though. He came in for a new set of, I mean, alright, he might be a bit dangerous towards the end. He's sitting on brand new soft, no time penalty to his name. Other guys ahead of him, Croak is on 4 laps already. As you have Bill and Looney Moo sitting on the hard compounds with Senna.
Senna's hards are only 8 laps old.
This is going to get spicy.
And I have been a teammate of Senna's before, and he can defend.
Get out your juice blender and get ready to watch something be made that's relatively juicy.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit spicy.
The safety car, I think, is bouncing on my screen. I have to give it, let's see. It looks like it's sorted itself out now. Oh, no, it's bouncing a bit again. I will say, at least, these guys got through the first turn healthy this evening. So, this man, the big news, I'll drop it for everybody. This man is opting to leave the Alfa Romeo team to head the Ferrari team next season. So that's going to be quite interesting. So if he wins the title, he's going to be taking that with him to Ferrari. And don't worry, SF1 Roads does have a plan. I always have a plan.
Is SF1 Roads going to be racing?
No. I have to stream. There you go. Pro Luca wanted to look at the penalties, give you guys an update on the penalties. Whiffy sitting on 6, Bill on 3, Looney Moo's on 3, Rabra's on 6. They're actually relatively low this evening.
I'm going to go out on a whim. I'm going to put Devler on the podium.
I think Devla and Crow, I think I'm going to go for my podium predictions here. Real late. It's kind of cheating, I would say, but I think I'm going to go Senna, Croak, and Devla, all in that order. If
I'd agree
Senna
with
can
that.
hold it, though. Because Devla is on soft compounds, so is Croak. But they do have 3 cars that in between them.
They also have Postlad.
Yeah,
Fresh softs.
he does kind of sneak into these situations. He's done it before. He's picked up a couple podiums and a win from doing it. I know in Italy he was way off. He had a lap 1 incident. It was like 40 seconds off the 40 seconds off the front guys, and ended up on the podium. I think for P2. Let's see the stops. A lot of guys
That's a
making
comeback.
stops. Positions gained. So far, Postblad's made 8. Phantom's made 7.
Looks like they're going to have 2 laps of racing.
It's interesting because everybody is on the tail end of the safety car. I'm surprised it decided not to come in.
I think Rocket's definitely going to pick up a podium here.
How aggressive do you think these guys are going to be in the restart?
Oh, I think it's going to be hella spicy.
Yes, GP2, please be mind your awareness and then don't be too aggressive. I don't want to see 1,000 clips coming into the Stewards
Don't be a
channel.
dive bomb pro.
Alright. There's about half a lap to go before race control should tell us that it is back to green flag racing. Safety car should pull in. This man leading. Wonder if he's starting to sweat. Wonder if he's sweating as much as you were yesterday, Grim.
Oh, I doubt it.
A good podium interview question for him. Especially seeing that he kind of had it in the bag at the end. Had nothing for the safety car, which definitely spices this up just a little bit more.
That's definitely going to be a question.
But I don't, really intend to bring it up, but both Whiffy and Senna have had incidences during the season already. One major one in Monaco. Well, that happened this evening. You should see Racing Control says safety car is in this lap. So we're going to be back to green flag racing in just a moment's time. Senna can pack up the grid as much as he wants. He is the right to set the pace, waiting for the safety car to come in. So if you were Senna, would you let Whiffy by and just hold onto the back of him? Ooh, it's gonna go close. Here we go. Restart. It's just about ready to go. Let's jump on board. Lots of 5-second collisions here. Back to green flag racing.
That was a good restart there by Senna.
Couple guys trying to warm those tires up. You can see still on the start-finish line. Senna hangs onto the lead. Couple guys going side by side into turn 1. We have a Mercedes around. I believe that's Seifer.
Lucky 13's got by Carlos.
Oh, right behind that AlphaTauri, he's chasing Postglad. Postglad keeping it clean. Postglad trying to make room where room wasn't there. Looking, Lucky's tagged the back end of Devla. What has happened to Devla? Devla gets contact with Lucky. Oh, this pack of guys holding up in the hairpin. It's not going to be pretty. Somebody's going to hit each other. Looks like they proved me wrong. They all make it through. We do have a car off into the grass. Who was that? That was Carlos. Carlos being swamped at this restart here. Whiffy is 5/10 off of the lead. Lovely aerial camera. They need more of these. I wish they would give me an option to choose the camera angle. Look at this man chasing that Haas driver. Looking for a possible podium and seeing if he can keep it. Oh no, he's got a time penalty. I didn't notice it, Graham, but Croak has picked up a time penalty.
No.
That's going to be huge.
Well, it's good for Alpha.
So Whiffy chasing the leader of this race. Last lap of this race. Is he going to try to send it in the final stages here? Keep an eye on the guy. Bill's racing for a podium. Looney Moo's racing for a podium. So is Crow. This is going to get intense. Senna, pretty much the only driver apart from Postglad and Seifer Joyce to keep it clean this evening. And Seifer's lost connection again. That's got to hurt right at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's what am I doing now? There we go.
Postglad and
12
Rara
seconds
having to
off
go here at
13th
each
place.
other in the final stage of this race. Into the hairpin. Phil is overtaken by Esteban. Oh, no, they're side by side. This is going to get spicy. Carlos at the inside. Takes it over. Never mind. We have to keep an eye on these two coming into the final couple corners. Oh, what has happened to Devla? That is my podium prediction out of the window. Whiffy's thinking about sending it. Ooh, Whiffy holds onto the back. Good, respectable racing here in the last final stages. SF1 Senna is going to cross the line to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Whiffy crosses second. Will he stay? No, Bill gets P2. Looney gets P3. Postglad gets P2. Bill gets P3. And I ran out of time to look at the rest of that.
Wow. Where the hell did he pull that second place from? What?
Postglad gets driver of the day.
Wow.
That all really came down to penalties. P1 and P2, no time penalties to their name.
Wow. There's just no words. Wow.
Hope you guys enjoy that podium celebration.
Whiffy ended up 5th.
I mean, it's
Wow.
gut-wrenching sometimes. That's all part of, racing on this F1 game is strict corner cutting.
Carlos finished 8th.
Bill has left the session, and we'll see if Bill gets in here for a podium celebration, though, or a podium interview. I'll give you guys a look down on the race results. SF1 Senna wins the Japanese Grand Prix, extending his title race really even further, putting one hand even more firm on that trophy. Postglad in P2, and Bill round out your podium this evening. We have the rest of the order of Looney Moo P4, good race from him. Whiffy, unfortunate, finishes P5. Lucky, good result this evening. P6, Croak P7, Carlos P8. We have Phil in P9, Fatal Defiance P10, Phantom P11, Rara P12, Seifer Joyce P13, Devla P14, Livid P15, Croce P16 is a casualty, Zolo and Becker. Move on to those podium interviews. These guys in.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Let's see, recently played with. It's the quickest way I can find these guys. There
I've got Senna.
Senna. Bill. Oh, he's all grayed out. I can't even get him in. Postglad.
Who are you looking for? Bill.
Yeah, I can't get him in. It's all grayed out for some reason. Oh, there we go. Side 1 and 2, just waiting on number 3. Get these interviews going.
That's just wow.
Let me message Bill quick.
I've sent him an invite.
Yeah, I did as well. Let's see.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yes, Bill's not even sure where he finished after that. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Yes, and come on, Bill. Look at the TM chat.
All right, we're gonna kick these off before see if Bill jumps in. Then, what a race and what a wild ending that was. And at least the start of this race was a lot cleaner than last week. We're gonna jump with the man who seems to be doing this a lot lately. Postglad, keeping it relatively clean the whole way through the race. No time penalty to your name, and just pretty much shot up from P6 the whole way to a podium position, right behind Marcus. Postglad, give us a rundown of your race.
How the bloody hell am I second? What
A lot of
the
guys
hell?
had time penalties again.
What the hell? I'm gonna have to go non-PG here, Rhodesy. Grim, you sexy bastard. It's been about a year. How you doing?
Right.
But no, the race was. I had no pace compared to the guys in front. So I had a really good start. I wish the first restart had stayed because I went from 16th to 1st in 3 laps, but that's because everyone retired, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, just managed the car. Noticed that some of the cars in front had no penalties, and I think what I reckon happened at the end was that the safety car announced it was going in really late. Like usually it does it at the top of the hill, you know, when you're going down from exit Spoon the
Yeah.
way down to 130R. It literally announced it when we were halfway down, so obviously it's not giving the leader much chance to stop, and then obviously everyone just decided to attack each other going towards the pits. I think they wanted to have a battle of who can get into the pits first when they didn't need to, but saw wings flying everywhere and just basically kept it clean and ended up. I've done this about 5 times, Rhodes. This season.
Yep.
Every
That's
time
what I've been
I'm on the podium, there's been carnage in front of me. But no,
That's what I've been hinting at.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Like generally, I was probably not even in the top 10 for pace. Qualifying was a disaster. Just basically though, surprisingly for Japan, kept it clean. Like I'm always spinning, always destroying my car, but buzzing for second, man. Start working my way up the table again, and hopefully try and break the top 5, maybe 6 by the end of the season, and then obviously season 2, see where that takes me. Or next season, sorry, my season 2 being back. But once again, thanks for streaming. Just an amazing race, man. At least an amazing ending,
I'm
anyway.
gonna go have yourself a nice adult beverage.
You know me too well. That's not right.
And I'm gonna. Well, I know somebody else I'm gonna be interviewing here has probably already opened a can of Foster's.
No comment.
All right, but Post Black, congratulations on P2. We will catch you in 2 weeks at the USA Grand Prix.
Oh god, I'm washing my hair there.
All right, we're gonna move it on
Cheers, man.
to
Thank you.
RP1 this evening, putting a further stamp on that title contention. Maybe one hand on that trophy. SF1 Senna grabs the win this evening after a nice little battle with himself and Livid early in the stages. Livid spinning the car out, catching that outside curve. And how he didn't get DNF'd by 2 cars ramming into this car, I have no idea. But Senna, talk us through your race. I wonder if you were just as sweaty as Grim was yesterday when that safety car came out towards the end. I was wondering if you were going to dive into the pits, but you didn't. You made the right call. Didn't pick up a penalty that whole race. Kept it clean. And I'm supposed to bring this up, but Alpha are now 2-2 for the weekend. So, but talk us through your race.
Yeah. Lap 1, I tried to put a bit of pressure on Livid. And when I actually saw him go at the top of the S's, I genuinely thought he was going to slide sideways and then roll backwards as I went past him. I honestly thought he was going to take me out as I went past. Obviously, it wouldn't have been his fault. He had no control. But
yeah, I sort of grimaced and went through, and got through that. And then Whiffy started attacking, then Bill started attacking, then Whiffy started attacking again. Just kept looking up at the times, making sure I kept a steady sort of gap between myself and Whiffy. When I pitted for me hards, and I saw Whiffy stay out for 2 or 3 laps, I instantly knew what he was going to do. So yeah, started putting the hammer down to try and close the gap a bit as much as I could. Saw him do exactly what I thought he was going to do onto the softs, and just kept managing the gap, kept looking up, and I was keeping it around the 4-second mark. So I knew I was probably going to be safe unless a dreaded safety car happened, which it did. And then I was hoping that the back markers and the stragglers didn't catch up too quickly, so we could have the longest safety car possible for me. And yeah, it worked out perfect. I think I got quite a good start off the safety car. And I mean, I know Whiffy had the 6 seconds of penalties, but I wanted to finish that in first. I didn't want to win it by time penalties.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, but no, I
Good
enjoyed it.
track.
It was good,
No,
and kept
solid
it clean
win.
as well with no penalties.
Now you get to go on a 2-week break, knowing that you are the last victor in GP2, heading into USA, and sitting out for the rest of the season. I think you might be able to have, especially on the stream, about that in 2 weeks' time. But not taking anything away, you guys had one heck of a race post-Glad. Bill, who left, he shut the Xbox down because he didn't know where he finished. He got third, so solid job for Bill this evening as well for his podium with that Racing Point team. But all around, solid race, guys.
I
Congratulations.
just want to have one more quick shout out, and it is for me. I want to give a quick shout out to Whiffy. That was a quality race, and he did push me to the end there.
Pushing each other at the end. Like
yeah,
crazy.
no. So congrats, GG to Whiffy,
So
and well done to everyone else on the podium.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks at the United States Grand Prix, where you catch me SF1 Road streaming GP2. Let's hope that those guys bring it in USA like they did tonight. Solid race again. But we're gonna sign out, leave you guys off for the weekend. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. Holidays are coming. Get ready. It's gonna get crazy. Hopefully you guys have enough time to get those last-minute gifts in. If not, what are you waiting for? It's your fault. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful holiday season. We will see you soon. SF1 is signing out. Good night.
Merry Christmas.